your mom didn't really want this for you. Was that her alone, or was it also your dad? Like,
so here's the thing with that. My dad, he's one of those like Hispanic dads that's just kind of like whatever happens, happens as long as you're happy. And then my mom is like, you need to do this, 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 and this. I explained it to her, my dad and my mom separately in separate rooms. And then we came together in the living room and she was still like mad as fuck. And then she started crying and I tried to show her. That was painful. It was really painful. I love my mom. She means the world to me.
Hola chicos. Before we continue that banger video that Sandy just posted, I want to say a big thank you to Babbel for sponsoring today's video. Babbel is the #1 language learning app in the entire world with over 10 million subscriptions worldwide. Yo soy Claudia. I'm going to Mexico pretty soon, so I'm gonna have to sharpen up my Spanish. No more English. Rosalita. I'm not going to Mexico by myself. I'm taking my friend Marco. Unfortunately, he does not speak Spanish. Don't worry, buddy, we have Babbel. Give it 2 to 3 weeks. You'll be speaking Spanish in no time. Bueno?
Bueno.
I thought you didn't speak Spanish. Plus, you only need 10 to 15 minutes a day to see results. 10 to 15 minutes. You don't have 10 to 15 minutes? You could even learn on the go. You do not need Wi-Fi, and lessons can be downloaded from anywhere.
¿Usted es la señora Badia?
Usted es la señora Badia?
Usted la Balia.
Okay, like a week or 2 more of Babbel and we're there. All right, Babbel.
5.
Marco, have you been using Babbel?
Sí.
Okay, repeat after me. ¿Sí me da 3 tacos de barbacoa, por favor?
Sí, me da 3 tacos de barbacoa, por favor.
Okay.
No, 3. Dame 5. ¡Alex!
No 3, dame 5.
¡Yo comé!
Since I'm working with Babbel personally, all of my Santea army gets the special treatment. You get 65% off the subscription. So make sure you click the description below and download Babbel now.
first of all, how are you? Because I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm very good. Thank you for inviting me into your lovely home.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad that you're here. Wow.
Okay, I need to get it out. I'm good though.
Let's get into this one. This is Rolling Stone. This is a new edition, May edition that just came out days ago with Mr. Beast on the cover. And here on the cover it says Class of 2022,
Hey.
Social Media's Hottest Rising Stars. And turning right to it.
So we're Class of 2022?
We're both Class of 2022.
But yeah, this is insane. How did we get to this stage from, where did we meet, actually?
We met in Pacoima.
Pacoima, oh yeah, from Pacoima.
Let's talk about when you first started your TikTok. You were still working at the store?
When I got fired, it kind of like, I was like, okay, well, if I don't do what I really want to do, I'm going to end up doing what I don't want to do for the rest of my life. And is that really what I want to do? And I was like, I got to grab my nuts and give it a try at least. And if I fail, then I fail. So that was like what I talked about on here too a little bit.
I'm gonna read your part.
Okay, let's get into it.
Santi, age 20, hometown Houston. Genre is silly heartthrob next door. Silly, he's just being goofy. Santi was used to being that skinny, funny kid who everyone got along with in high school. And it's perhaps that same goofy energy that's made him resonate with Latino Gen Zers. That's that and the fact that the girls and gays thinks he's a cutie. I've always thought I was more of a 7 out of 10, he says, with a laugh. Raised by a maintenance worker and a housekeeper. Santi, real name, Santiago Albarran.
Tough name, huh?
Got his start while on the clock at Home Depot, making funny dance clips in his orange work apron. By the time he was let go in May of 2020, he was getting recognized as the Home Depot boy. With $2,000 in his bank account, Santi spent the next 3 months focusing on his newfound craft, and since then he's become a Latino TikTok staple. You usually don't see this regular Hispanic dude, he says. You just see these kids that already have luxuries, drive these nice cars, and have that lifestyle. In his videos, he's sometimes in a colorful bob wig with his friends known collectively as the Dad Wiggies. Other times, he's leading skits about what it's like hanging out with your white friends. And more recently, he made a paying labor workers to play soccer vlog on YouTube, where he invited men waiting for gigs outside his old workplace to play soccer for cash. It's his way of paying it forward. Do you have like a moment that you can think about where you like checked in with yourself and you're like, dang, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Not like I made it necessarily.
It was like I'm getting there type
like,
of moment.
whoa, I'm actually kind of doing something cool.
Yeah, I was in McAllen, Texas, and we were kind of bored. And then we went out, we walked out the hotel, went to go get snacks, came back, and then we did a TikTok in the hotel restroom, right? And McAllen, Texas is a small, is it a city?
Yeah, in the valley.
It's like a small city. So we did a TikTok in the hotel restroom, me and the boys. We posted it. And then I think like 20 minutes later, I don't know if it was Jake or Jose, he was like, bro, somebody just sent me a picture of outside the hotel and said, this you? And like the DMs, right? And I was like, what the f-? We just got ready for like an event that we had. I think it had passed like 2 hours since we made the TikTok. And then we went out and we were gonna leave. And outside of the lobby, there was like 40, 50 people waiting for us. And that shit just blew my mind. Like one TikTok to where people like, I guess kind of recognize the restroom, because there's like a couple hotels in that city. And there was just people waiting for us. And I was like, that was the first time like I ever had to deal with that amount of people. And I was like, damn, like, that's crazy. People like will go out of their way to say hi to me and my friends. And like, I wouldn't even do that personally, but for some reason, these people, it had a process, you know what I mean? It takes a minute to like process, like these people want to see me and say hi to me. And I don't know, touch me, like dab me up. Like there's dudes out there in their like trucks, like these manly ass dudes want to say what's up to me. Some little skinny fucking scrawny kid. And yeah, that was like kind of the moment where I was like, okay, like I'm doing something. I just had to, like I went to the hotel room and just sat there and sweat, because I was drenched in sweat. And I just sat there and just stared at the ceiling, like thinking like, damn, like this is my life now. And yeah, no, we would always have like moments of realization where we're like, bro, we're like doing it. Like we gotta keep going.
Early on, you had mentioned one time that your mom didn't really want this for you. Was that her alone, or was it also your dad? Like,
so here's the thing with that. My dad, he's one of those like Hispanic dads that's just kind of like whatever happens, happens as long as you're happy type of dad. And then my mom is like, you need to do this, 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 and this in order to be this. And so usually they fight because my dad won't agree with her. And she'll be like, siempre le das la razón a los niños, a ti te vale verga. So like they fought because I wanted to stop going to school for 1 year. So I wanted to take a leap year, because I told her, I was like, look, Mom, I'm doing good. Like, I really want to do this. I had already come back from LA. Like, it was my first trip coming back, and I showed her I had more than $1 million already. I showed her like how much money I had made.
You were trying to make the case for this.
I was trying to build a good, solid case. I was like, look, Mom, look at this money. Like, look at it. Like, I can keep making this. And she's like, that's like whatever. Like, you're just going to do that for a little bit, and then you're not going to find anything. You're not going to have work. And like, I couldn't fight that, because that's kind of what social media is. I can't be like, okay, I'm going to be making this much every month or every week. I couldn't tell her that. That's a lie. But I told her I would make around this much. And she was like, I don't need arounds. I want you to go to school, have a salary, have like this. And like, she just didn't get it. She was like, okay, you're making stupid videos. How are you gonna make money off of that? And like, I tried my best to explain it to her. I explained it to her, my dad and my mom separately in separate rooms. And then we came together in the living room, and she was still like mad as fuck. And then she started crying. Like, she was just crying. She was like, my worst fear was that you would tell me that you don't want to go to school anymore. And like, when I heard that, that hit me. Like, I'm disappointing my mom.
Yeah.
So it makes you want to like it makes you want to stop, you know? It's like my mom is crying, telling me to stop. Oh, and then you're just, you know, you believe in yourself as much as you can, but when you see your parent that you, goddamn. Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. Ta madre. Yeah. I've been crying a lot this week. It's been a good week. You see your mom, your whole childhood, you just want to make her proud. And she looks at you in the eyes and tells you you're a disappointment, you're nothing, you're going nowhere, and you need to go to school. And I knew I was doing good, you know? And I tried to show her. That was painful. It was really painful. I love Mama. She means the world to me. But when shit like that happens, it makes you want to give up. And I wanted to, because I thought about it too, and I'm like, okay, what if it's just a trend? Because the dad wiggy stuff, it was a trend. And I was like, if I keep going and I don't make it, I'm not in school anymore. My mom doesn't like me anymore, because that's what you're thinking. Obviously, that's not how it is. Your parents gonna love you regardless. My dad came up to me and he told me, I don't care what you do, just make sure you're happy. If you don't want to go to school, don't go. But make sure that year that you take off, you work your ass off and you don't give up.
What is this like for your mom now?
Oh, yeah. I was going to tell you that. She loves it. She has her own TikTok account where she's dancing. And I remember being mad at her when she made her TikTok account, because I remembered how I felt when she told me that. And it was like, but it was like, I was so mad that she like enjoyed it now. And then I was like, why am I thinking like that? You catch yourself sometimes thinking so negatively about it. Yeah. I'm thinking about that about my mom. And then I just snapped out of it and I was like, yeah, Mom, I'll help you if you need help with the app. Like, and she'll call me like how to like add a certain filter.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love my mom. She didn't understand it. I had to like get that she just didn't get it. Like the fact that this right here can make you thousands of dollars and open up doors for you. Like a person born in, I don't know when she was born, 1920 or something, I don't know.
Closer to 70.
Okay. Around there. Like, wouldn't understand that, you know what I mean? They didn't have those for like 30 years of her life or 20 years of her life. So I processed that and I was like, okay, she just didn't get it. And now that she gets it, the moment that she got it was when I got home from my like third LA trip or second. And it was Christmas time. And I gave her, I think I gave her $5,000 or 10 grand. Was it 10? No, it was $5,000. It was $5,000. The 10 was like later. I gave her $5,000. And then I gave my brother 2. And she was like, where are you getting this money from? Like, are you just giving us all the money you have? And I was like, trust me, shawty, I got more. I got more, I'm good. And then she was like, how are you? And I was like, I explained to her the brand deals. I sat with her and talked to her about it again. And the way she got it was, okay, you have followers. And I think the American Eagle brand deal is the one that did it for her to where she understood it. Because they wanted to sell a certain type of underwear. And I have a lot of young like followers that use underwear. And I like promoted the underwear. And so she was like, okay, so eres como un comercial. And I was like, yeah, like a commercial. I'm like a commercial. But for like younger kids, you know, teens, or like also like people in their 20s really fuck with me. So it was like, you know, I'm a commercial. Just think of it like that. I make commercials. All right, enough about me. Let's talk about Leo Gonzalez. Can I read yours?
Let's do it. Please do.
Age 27, hometown, Hanford, California. Where's that located?
It's right under Fresno, where you've been. You love Fresno.
Shout out. I love Fresno. So lit. Okay. Total followers, 2.4 million. Genre, all too relatable, everyday comedy. Relatable guy. No, yeah, very relatable. Comedy content. I love your content, by the way. I've always watched your stuff. My mom watches your stuff. Leo Gonzalez let his dream of being a comedian fade when he was in middle school. He opted instead to become a news reporter, but even then, things weren't working out for him as a production assistant at a local station in Reno, Nevada. It was around that time that Gonzalez downloaded TikTok. It was TikTok and that year in Reno that cracked me like an egg, he says. Like an egg?
Yeah.
Fire. How'd you think of that one? Off the dome?
I'm a writer.
Okay. Gonzalez tapped into something he knew well. He made a video poking fun at that awkward lag when anchors are waiting to be connected with field reporters during local news broadcasts, both often nodding in silence. The video resonated and his follower count blasted from less than a dozen to more than 5,000 in a single day. It forced me to dream again, he says. Gonzalez's videos are often simple, relatable skits in which he plays his character Junior in different scenarios, whether it be people who make lactose intolerant a personality trait or a friend asking a friend to be a fake resume reference. The skits, nearly always in Spanglish, have led him to walk around red carpets at Spanish award shows, collaborate with one of his heroes, George Lopez, and most recently interview Robert Pattinson on the Batman's red carpet. Now, I can't even imagine not doing this, he says. It's a lot of healing for a little Leo inside. Oh, that one was fire. For a zing on that last one. It's a lot of healing for little Leo inside. How does little Leo feel? Who is little Leo?
Nah.
Who's little Leo?
Little Leo is a little kid running around Hanford.
Yeah? That's him? What is he talking about?
Little Leo was very excited about cameras and productions, and was really thinking that he was gonna be cool one day. So, and then I think at some point, like, that stuff was like
A dream,
it
like
didn't
whatever.
make sense,
Like, yeah.
because got a little busy.
Yep.
So yeah, so I'm glad that part was in there, because I was talking to one of my friends the other night about it, and that's what I feel is like the theme of this whole social media stuff for me, is that, like, more than anything, I'm so interested in, like, making little Leo's dreams come true, because that's all that matters to me as a 27-year-old. And so I feel like sometimes I have to, like, check into what's happening, because I don't know that 27-year-old Leo is in the room, because I think that little Leo is
Running around.
and just, like, that sounds kind of weird, right?
No. Everybody has a kid
Taking
inside of
over.
themselves. Yeah. Little Leo. What did Leo want to be or do?
Little Leo, well, the thing is, like, I wanted to be an actor, but I never think I was gonna get a license, because I was so scared to drive. I didn't think I was gonna drive.
So you weren't going to be an actor because you couldn't drive?
Yeah, I literally would tell myself, like, if I ever even tried to be an actor, like, what if they asked me to drive? I wouldn't be able to do that. I was so scared.
You couldn't drive? Were you, like, in a car accident when you were little?
I was just scared of everything. That's what that is. And so I think that part where it says it was TikTok in Reno, the year in Reno that cracked me like an egg. That was like I had spent so much time before Reno, like 2 months before Reno. I was having these nightmares every night that, like, I was getting shot and killed. And my therapist started telling me that was my psyche asking for help, saying like you need to leave because you're slowly killing yourself by being here. Because at that time, like my mom was really sick,
Yeah.
and then now she's in the hospital and she's not moving for several weeks, not responsive, and after that, I couldn't bring her home anymore because obviously I didn't have the capability to take care of her. One person who I was working in Fresno and full-time college student, and so then when I got through with that, I was like, one of my friends, Eugene, he was like, you can come to Reno if you want for a little bit. So I went to Reno, and I just went over there because I was like, I just need to get away from all this.
So Reno was the getaway.
Yeah, and so that's why like grabbed me, because I was so I don't know.
Trapped?
Yeah. And then I got there, and then I finally was able to just like go scream. Like I was finally able to just go be like, I remember I just started like going on these hikes by myself, and just like sitting under like a waterfall and just being like, what the fuck was that? Like what was that? Like what just happened those last few years? And like, it was so traumatic. And now I finally was able to like go and think about it and like process it in like a healthy way. And so that's why TikTok was such a cool thing.
A little getaway.
Yeah. That's why like when I think about like this thing here, I'm like, that's weird. Like that is crazy.
Very fucking odd.
And I was so excited, like when they said that you were gonna be in it, 'cause like I'm such a fan of you.
Thank you, Leo. I'm a fan of you. Yeah. And we're next to each other. Isn't that cool? If they would have put you like on the other side, it wouldn't have been cool, but we're right next to each other.
And
it's pretty live.
So I like that. And you know, I know you like mentioned like that with your mom, and you know, I think I don't know what month I had called you.
Yeah, I remember you called me. I was still at La Casita. And you called me.
I don't know what it was.
You were in your car, and you had just driven somewhere and visited, and then you were debating two things, and you asked for advice.
What was I debating?
You were debating something, like, should I do this, or come back here and do this?
I was debating on whether I should leave LA, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were. You're debating whether you should go back and take care of your mom.
Yeah.
Or stay here and try to keep fighting. I remember. We had like a little talk for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why this thing is like super cool, because like it's so hard to like continue going.
Yeah.
And then you do, and then
it works out.
And then it works out like when you trust yourself, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
To like convince other people. Like I know that I'd have no evidence. Like that was one of the things, and I feel like sounds like that was your thing too.
Yeah,
like,
you had no evidence.
I don't have anything to show you right now.
But trust.
But I feel like something's coming. Like I feel like God is about to show up right now. It's like really
this close. But you can't show anything right now. There's nothing.
But I have nothing to show you.
I don't got shit right now, but look, trust me on this one. And it's in your gut, Leo, and you felt that. And I'm glad that you called me to ask me what you should do. And we both felt the same way about what you should do, but it was just a hard decision.
Yeah. I think what it was is like, why can't, if I go back, then we're both just going to suffer. Mm-hmm. Or the other option is just let me work a little bit, and then
I'll come back
just
better.
Wait a little bit.
Just wait a little bit.
And then we're going to take care of things. And now I don't know how many months it's been since that. It must have been like in.
That was like a good 9 months ago.
Yeah.
That was a good while. Like 9 or 10. I'm not sure. But yeah, no. When you told me you wanted to leave, I was like, what? And I mean, you told me the circumstance, and I understood why you would want to leave. I get it. You feel like you needed to be there, but you were doing a lot more here than over there.
Yeah, and now I'm like, I mean, apart from this is so sick, but like now I feel like the resources have been.
Yeah. You've been doing really good for yourself.
For her and for my dad, I can finally, and I just needed to wait a little bit. I needed them to wait a little bit. I trusted myself.
I'm glad you did.
But this is crazy. I'm so excited that it's you there.
Thank you.
I think that's so deserved.
I think the same about you. You've been killing it.
I do want to thank, obviously, the people that are here. Robert, really quickly want to mention, Robert was one of the first people that I met when I came to LA and has, really made this feel, from day one was just, whatever, project you have, has made himself available. And that's such a big thing because, I never thought I'd move to LA, let alone have friends in LA. And so it's such a big deal for me to make friends with people who I just feel just showed up right on time when I needed not even production, but just
a friend.
Someone to be I'm so excited for you and want
a little push.
Yeah. And then
shout out Robert, man.
Yeah, Robert. And Leilani, his wife, is such a good cook. And then Joey also, who, I mentioned the little kid. He actually knew me when I was a little 11-year-old kid, and just was such a big part of that. And so I'm so grateful because I think one of the things I can't get through any of this TikTok stuff without just thinking about everyone that raised me, and Joey was one of those people that just was
on it,
was a brother when I needed one, and so this is so exciting because the people in this room are people I just respect and love a lot, and of course you. I'm grateful that you came and sat to talk about this because I'm just so excited. Even if I wasn't in this, I'd still want to do this video because you.
Thank you.
And that's exciting, and knowing about your story and how proud everyone is of you. I'm very proud of you, and I always mention this, and it's fine if you want me to stop talking about it, but
no, that always makes me feel good.
No, not that part. Santi's dad's name is Leo, and then my dad's name is Santiago. And so I always think about stuff like that because I literally have found something in friends that I cling to. I've always found there's something that's really
a little funny
about
gag
them. That's whether it's the time they were born or being related to something, and so that's my thing. And
with me.
I'm sorry, but I'm obsessed with that.
I think that's great. My dad's name is Leo, and then your dad is Santiago.
They don't call him Santi though.
Sucks to be him.
Just Chago.
Just Chago? They used to call me Chago when I was fat and little and tiny.
Well, that's it. All right. Well, thank you for being